November, December, January, February, March, April. 8.5 months, I guess. That's not bad, is it? Good thing I didn't put her away after her third strike about 3 strikes ago. Persistence pays off. I think that's what I put on the thumbnail of the video when we posted her newborn litter the other day. But here they are. What did I say? 4 days? 5 days? But you can see they've got nice white color on them. Well, most of it's nice and white. Sometime in the last, well, we don't know exactly when, because the babies get taken out of the nest box just like this every single day. Right, Dana? At least every day?
I check them that's the first thing I do when I come out in the mornings.
You go through and do a baby check on everybody first thing? Yeah.
It was yesterday when I noticed she had lost one.
Dana's the early riser around here. I don't usually roll out of bed as early as she does. There they are, there's 3.
And they are starting to popcorn,
Yeah,
so be careful.
Yeah, they're starting to popcorn a little bit. I noticed that. But, was it yesterday, Dana, you came out? And she had 3. No signs of any problems at all whatsoever. And yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday, Dana came out. And she asked me, she said, Sally, lose one of her kids? Because she thought I might have found it and thrown it out. You know, gotten rid of it because it was gone. And I said, not that I'm aware of. I had taken the last little baby from Cheyenne out of the nest box that didn't make it and removed it. But I didn't bother any of the white kids. They were fine, and Sally was growling at me, so I just got away. She's pretty big. She's kind of intimidating. But I know she won't really do much if I put my hand in there. But I tell you what, she wants me to think she's meaner than all get out. She puts on a good show. But if it comes right down to it and I call her bluff, she'll back off. But anyway, there they are. What did I say, 4 days old? They were born on the 24th. The morning about, what was it, 11, about 10 o'clock, wasn't it? Because I remember thinking that was unusual. Usually they have them before anybody gets out here in the morning. But you'd been out here about an hour or so before she had them, hadn't you? Or did you get out here late that morning?
I came out about 11 o'clock. Oh, I looked out the window about...
It was earlier than that.
No, it was about 10:50. I looked outside.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was 10.
I hollered at you and I said, asked you, told you she was pulling fur. And by the time we got out there, she started kindling.
Yeah. Yeah, because I told, because I was over in the red building. I was
You're going to have to move that.
Don't poop on my Annie. Anyway, I was over in the red building. I was picking out some kits or looking at some kits or doing something. And Dana hollered out clear over there, I think she's getting ready to have babies. And I said, you remember she's kind of nervous, right? Would you stop screaming? But that didn't faze little Miss Annie, or Miss Annie, I don't even know who I'm talking to. Miss Sally, she took care of business just like she should have all along. I guess she'd have finally decided that she belonged here, or she finally decided that she liked the nest boxes. Notice? Remember I told you at one time she was the only doe I had that wouldn't use one? Well, can't say that no more. Ain't you right, Sally? She's a good mama. She has had, and she has the potential to have 10. She had 6, but she's had 10 before in the litter that she lost. And she had The litter that froze in December when it was so cold, the litter that froze out here was 8. And she had one litter that, I think that was that first litter she had after she came here. She had actually had 10. But it was kind of strange the way that worked because she had them over a period of 2 or 3 days. She had 3 or 4. Then that evening she had a couple more, and the next day she had 2 or 3 more, and none of them lived. Lost every single one of them. But it was just kind of strange the way she had them. But I was afraid that something had gone wrong, you know, with her internally. Was why I was on the verge of giving up on her, because she had missed several times since then, and no more babies. And I was afraid that something had happened. Maybe she didn't have them all, and they had. I've heard of, you know, mummified kits that get it stay inside there and somehow keep them from being able to get pregnant again. So I was afraid something like that had happened to her, you know, because of that. Not the case. It looks like all is well. She's doing an excellent job. I'm just glad she's going to have these up pretty good size and gone, or out of here before it gets real hot. Well, she's got one of the best locations out here because it's going to be, this is shaded pretty much all day long. There's a little 1 hour period where she might catch a little bit of sun if she's in this side of the cage, right between the house and the building there, as the sun comes across. But then there's trees and that building and everything else, and the sun sets right back there. And so these rabbits right here, with the exception of an hour or 2 a day, are shaded all day long. So they've got some of the best locations in the place. Mashing all that fur down. Here, go put this. Oh, poor Sally girl. Yeah, I know I trust you. I snuck up on you, didn't I, baby? She's getting used to us. Maybe that has a lot to do with it. Bear in mind, you know, Sally, talking about Hershey being born and raised, you know, Sally was born and raised right where I picked her up from. Right there at Grace Hall Rabbitry. She'd never seen any other place till she came here. Maybe it just, some of them, maybe it just takes them a lot longer to get used to a new home, a new location. You know?
Brian didn't do them.
I don't know. But we stuck with her a lot longer than most people. I've had several people tell me I would have culled her by now. And it was coming to that. We'll have to see what she has. I know, unless that's all bucks, we're going to keep a doe. So, if anybody's been waiting on a doe out of Sally, I have to tell you, but you're out of luck unless there's 2 of them in there. Because I need another black. I've got all these reds now. And keep in mind, I've still got Gemma growing up. Okay, got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm forgetting somebody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gemma will be 5. I thought there was going to be 6. Okay, anyway, 5's plenty. I'm not being greedy because it's not quantity that's important, it's quality. And every single doe out here is, you know, extremely, extremely nice. And we're going to be producing some good ones. Talking about the doe. Bianca. Bianca earned her 2nd leg. That 2nd leg was earned as a junior. So she needs 1 more, and she can be granted. We have to get her registered, of course, but she qualifies. She's in the range for weight and everything, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. She needs 1 more leg, and it has to be earned as an intermediate or a senior. not even there yet. I said qualified. She's not quite there in weight. Yesterday or the day before, she was 8 pounds, 13 or 14 ounces. That close. Now her sister back there is over 10. Same litter, exact same age. The difference is Cheyenne's a little long bodied. She's long in shoulders. But here's the catch. You take the longer bodied does, but usually those are the ones that are going to throw you 8 to 10 babies at a whack. Whereas you might get 4 or 5 out of a doe like Bianca. Again, it's quality though. Quality is more important than quantity. But we like to eat. Never mind. Anyway, Bianca is going to not be bred. As much as I would love to see what the babies out of her would look like. I mean, any of you breeders out there, and even if you're not a breeder, just trust me. There's one judge in particular that judged Bianca as best in variety in show C that weekend in Jonesboro. He's a New Zealand breeder himself, and 2 things that he said that were just like, he said 2 things that he said about Bianca. He said, I really like the shoulders on this animal. If you know anything about breeding reds, shoulders are a weak point. He said, I really like the shoulders on this animal. At the end of his comments, he said, this is just a really nice red doe. Now, best of variety was as far as she went, but you got to keep in mind, though, for the rest of the breed, she was going up against some mighty nice blacks, broken blacks. Our friend PJ, she had some of those gorgeous broken blacks there, and well, it's just hard to hang with them when you're showing a red. And the ones that she has, even if you didn't have a red, you're going to have your work cut out for you. And but in the end, we all got beat by a gorgeous white New Zealand white buck. He was just absolutely gorgeous. He had actually ended up in all 3 shows taking best of breed. So it was unanimous. 3 different judges said he was by far and away the best. So who am I to argue? He is also, but that same buck is the buck that took reserve best of breed or best opposite sex of breed to Bianca at Benton in show A. So Bianca's beat that buck 1 time. Go figure. Anyway, but he took, that same buck took best of breed in New Zealand at show B of that same day in Benton. So, and Bianca didn't even, she was the first one back in the carrier. So, she's coming around. I think she's going to be even better as a senior. But I hope some of these other, Annie is bred back now. It's only been a day or 2, but she's bred back to grubs. So we're going to see if she can, if we can keep the ringtails run off, we're going to see if she can produce us some brokens with grubs. Cheyenne is bred to, she's not bred back. She's not ready.
Yeah, she just ain't ready yet.
We're not going to rush her. It was one of those deals. Cheyenne really had me worried. When she did finally give birth, number 1, I thought I had recorded the date wrong. They had an awful lot of hair when they were born, and I'm not so sure that that's the case now. I think she had them that late. I'm surprised any of them lived at all. But she ended up having 10 babies, all total. But she had them over 3 days. And that always worries me. Now, that's what happened with Sally. In a few months, she ended up fine, you see. But that worries me with Cheyenne, and we're not gonna rush her. She's kind of young anyway. But she had made more than senior weight, so it didn't make any sense to, since she wasn't going to be shown, it just didn't make any sense to hold her back from breeding any longer, so we didn't. But you know, we just hope she's going to be fine. But we're going to give her some time to recover and what have you. Then it'll either be what, Romeo? We might even try her with Flint. I got some people interested in Flint. Might try Flint before he goes, just to see what he can throw, you know. He is the only living relative of Sangria, and I thought, you know, try not to be too sentimental here, but Sangria was a nice doe, you know. If we could, if Cheyenne and Flint could get together before he took off. But I've got 2 or 3 people interested in him. I just don't know when somebody's going to pull the trigger, as they say, and close the deal on him. But he's ready. He's ready to go. He's 6 months of age. He is intact, and he's ready to be somebody's herd buck. Okay, I guess we've talked long enough. I'll probably end up cutting a whole bunch of this crap out of here anyway, because you don't want to hear it. So, but anyway, it's been fun bringing y'all this video. We're going to cut it off here. Sounds like the dog's having a fit in the house anyway. We might ought to go in there. There might be a cat might have her treat on the counter or something. Never a dull moment around here, I tell you. All right, folks, y'all have a great day.